Konnichiwa. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to our Arbor Day celebration here at Niji-Iro. We're very happy to have everyone here. Yes, at this time, any of our guests would like to take their seat on the chairs here, and we'll get started in just a minute. So I have a few words I'm going to say in a little more detail, but to open up, I would like to introduce City Council Vice President Martha Tashtik. So I'm going to ask her to come up to the podium.
Thank you. Well, hello, everyone. So excited to be here. Welcome to Arbor Day. It's the one day of the year where we celebrate the original green machines, which are our trees. So today we're going to acknowledge the incredible impact that these leafy giants have in our lives. But before we do that, first of all, I want to thank all of you for having us today here at Niji-Iro, and especially Mr. DeLuca for arranging that. We do have some people I'd like to introduce to you today. We have our school superintendent, Andrea Oquist, our school board vice president, Mark Johnson, Parks and Rec Commissioner, Paul Condon, our city clerk, Lori Miller, one of my colleagues on council, Councilwoman Carrie Budzinski. I was looking at Terry, sorry. Our Wayne County Commissioner, Terry Marecki. And then we also have our tree committee here today, John Wojnar, Jen Curry, Tricia Gabriel, Ralph Williams, Erica Flores, Doug Marr, Brent Sabo, and Nikki Mihalik. And I also sit on that committee with them. So Arbor Day is really like a big birthday party for trees. But instead of blowing out candles, we get to plant them. And it's a day to roll up our sleeves, grab a shovel, and get our hands dirty in the noble pursuit of creating a greener world. These trees are environmental superheroes, and they are creative multitaskers. They act as carbon capturing machines, absorbing all those greenhouse gases, and they help us to combat climate change. And let's not forget how they help us with soil erosion and provide habitats for our squirrels and birds and all the other little critters that live around here. So a couple fun facts. Do you know where Arbor Day started? Does anyone know? Well, it started in Nebraska, of all places, but we quickly adopted it here in Michigan, and now it is an American holiday, always celebrated on the last Friday in April, but since we don't have school tomorrow, we're doing it today. It's not limited to the U.S., though. We have now spread Arbor Day across many countries, and very many of them do the similar type of tree planting activity. And in fact, in 2016, India set a world record, and they planted 49.3 trees in a 24-hour period on Arbor Day. 49.3 million, can you imagine? Wow, I know, right? Do you know we have some famous trees? So one is the General Sherman tree, and that is in California. It's in the Sequoia National Park, and it is the largest and oldest known living single-stem tree, estimated to be about 2,200 years old. Wow. So, Arbor Day brings communities together, and we're thrilled to bring ours together today. Many schools, organizations, and neighborhoods, just like us, organize tree planting events to engage people in conservation. And so the Arbor Day Foundation established a Tree City USA program to recognize towns and cities that prioritize forestry and tree care. To earn this designation, communities must meet specific criteria, such as maintaining a tree board or department, having a community tree ordinance, and spending a minimum amount on urban forestry and celebrating Arbor Day. And guess what? Livonia is one of those tree cities. So I'd like to present the Tree City flag to Mr. DeLuca. So we get to fly that flag here at our school. And on this Arbor Day, let's take a moment to reflect on the importance of trees in our lives. Let's make a commitment to plant new trees, care for the ones we have, and spread the word about the incredible benefits they bring. So we're going to grab a shovel, put on our gardening gloves, and get planting. Happy Arbor Day, everybody.
Thank you, Councilwoman Teshnik, and thank you to the City of Livonia Tree Commission, as well as Superintendent Oquist, Vice President Johnson, all of our Niji-Iro staff. Thank you for helping with organizing this event. I also want to thank the Himawari Preschool, who adjusted their dismissal today to be here with us as well, and all of their families as well. I also want to say a special thank you to our Japanese leader and music director, Ai Sensei, who is responsible for our music performance we'll hear later, as well as all of my translation today. On behalf of Niji-Iro, I want to tell you how honored we are to host Arbor Day, and we look forward to seeing these beautiful trees that will be at the opening of our campus as they welcome family and our visitors to our wonderful school.
まずは本日のイベントに際しまして、リボニア市の方から今日たくさんの方にお越しいただきました。どうもありがとうございます。議員をはじめとしてですね、リボニア市の緑化を推進する植樹委員会、そしてNiji-Iro小学校すべての教職員、それから本日のイベント開催に際しまして、講演時間を変更してくださったひまわり幼稚園の皆様に感謝申し上げます。またすいません、自分で言うのもなんなんですか。今日の通訳と音楽を担当した私にも謝意を示してくれました。Niji-Iro小学校を代表しまして本日の式典を我が校で主催できましたことを光栄に思います。それから本校の正面に植えられた若い苗木ですね、そちらの方にあります。これらがですね、Niji-Iro小学校の家族やお客様を迎える正面に植わるということを本当に楽しく、それから末永くシンボルとなるものと思っていけたらと思っております。
And it's very fitting that we host Arbor Day here this year because there's an interesting history about Arbor Day that involves Michigan as well as Japan. So first off, as Councilman Teshnik mentioned, the first Arbor Day celebration in the U.S. was started in Nebraska in 1972 by a journalist but who was from Michigan. So Julius Sterling Morton grew up in Monroe, Michigan, and attended University of Michigan. He then moved to Nebraska later in life and thought planting the trees would help the soil in Nebraska's wide open spaces.
樹木の日はミシガン州と日本にもとてもつながりがあるものです。今年我が校で植樹式を主催することになり、とても私たちにふさわしいイベントであると思っております。樹木の日は1594年、スペインのモンドニエードという村から始まりました。アメリカでは1872年にミシガン州のジャーナリストにより始まったとされています。ジュリアス・スターリング・モートン氏はミシガン州モーロン市で育ち、ミシガン大学に在学しました。その後、ネブラスカ州に引っ越してから木々をたくさん植えて、ネブラスカの広大な土地にですね、緑をもたらしたと言われております。
And another American associated with Arbor Day is clergyman Birdsey Grant Northrup. He traveled the world studying trees and spreading his enthusiasm for Arbor Day. In 1883, he met the Japanese Minister of Education and is credited with helping establish the holiday in Japan.
樹木の日に関連する他のアメリカ人として牧師バーゼン・グラント・ノースロープ氏がいます。彼は世界各国を巡って樹木を研究すると同時に樹木の日というものを広めました。1883年に彼は日本の文部科学大臣に会い、日本での植樹祭の創立のきっかけになった一人とも言われております。
And today we're planting 2 Japanese lilacs. These trees are like many of the students here at Niji-Iro. They're a blend of Japanese and American cultures. Together we celebrate both cultures and bring them together as one. Just like these trees originated from Japan and prospered here in Livonia, our students, many of whom are native Japanese citizens, will grow and thrive in our LPS community.
今日はですね、この後ろにジャパニーズライラック、日本ではリラの木としても親しまれている木を植えます。これは日本文化とアメリカ文化が混在しているNiji-Iro小学校の子どもたちのようです。お互いの文化を尊重し合い、子どもたちは心が一緒になっていくと思います。日本でも大変親しまれているこの木がここリボニア市において茂るように、我が校の子どもたちがですね、大きく育ち大成していくことと思います。
And these trees will serve as a metaphor for the student experience here at Niji-Iro. The roots are like the families that love and support the students from birth as they become young ladies and gentlemen. The trunk is our staff who builds the foundation for the students by challenging and imparting knowledge on them. And lastly, the branches and leaves are the students as they become unique individuals who grow in many ways and all are beautifully different, yet still part of the tree's whole.
このリラの木は虹色小学校で児童が経験するたたえをそのまま表しております。木の根は子どもの誕生から成人して大人になっていく我が子を愛し支え続ける家族を表しています。木の幹は児童に知識を与えると同時に彼らの意欲をかきたて子どもたちの人生の基盤を築く手助けとなっていく教職員を示しています。最後に枝と葉は木全体の一部ではありながら一人一人がそれぞれの道を歩みさまざまな個性を持った素晴らしい大人に成長していく様子を表してくれることでしょう。
And for those that don't know, Niji-Iro means rainbow colors in Japan. And at Niji-Iro, each grade represents a different color. From the 6th graders in red, so if you look through the crowd here, we have a rainbow built in. We have the 6th graders in red all the way up to the kindergartners in the front in violet. And actually, the last time we held an Arbor Day celebration in Niji-Iro, our 6th graders were in kindergarten. So I would like now to introduce a few of those 6th graders who are reading poems that they've written themselves for today's celebration. So I'd like to call up to the stage Sophia Mason, Jenna Nasheff, Dominic Kennedy, and Liz Picciano. Please come to the stage. Oh,
学校名の虹色はその名の通り雨の後の晴れ空に輝く虹を意味します。キンダーさんの今日着ている紫色からですね、高学年の赤まで虹色にあてがわれた色があります。前回のこの植樹式は今の6年生がキンダーさんの時でした。その本日の式典を祝してですね、6年生の代表者4名に詩を読んでもらおうと思います。ソフィー・メイソンさん、ジェナ・ナシェフさん、ドミニク・ケネディさん、リズ・ピチアノさんになります。
So we'll start with Sophia Mason.
On this day we celebrate our Earth, the planet with so much worth. With oceans, forests, and mountains tall, it's a place we must cherish above all. But we've taken it for granted, and our actions have left it dented. We pollute the air, water, and land, and don't lend a helping hand. So on this day, let's take a pledge to protect our Earth and give it an edge. We'll plant trees and clean the environment, and make sure all of our actions are relevant. For our Earth is our home, and we must not let our trash roam. So let's work together and help it thrive, and keep it healthy for generations alive. Happy Earth Day to one and all. Let's help our planet and stand big and tall. With love and care, we'll make it right, and keep our Earth shining bright.
Just make sure you speak English.
She is life, she is death. She will hear your cries nonetheless, because she is Mother Nature. When you hear a baby bird's chirping, it's her lullabies that she has sung for thousands of years. When you see raindrops, it's her tears, tears of happiness that you have grown up to be so strong. She is Mother Nature.
Flowers will bloom, spring is coming, hopefully green will come super soon. Trees are green, rain showers are here, more cool animals can be seen. Birds and deer play and play, then they say what a day. Bibbidi bobbidi boo, make the grassy do, wow, I didn't know you knew magic, isn't that cool? Now spring is done, so this poem is too, but summer is still waiting to come.
今はまだそよ風に吹かれ揺られ過ごしているけれど、いずれ嵐にも負けない大木になるだろう。今はまだ私が手を伸ばすと届くほど小さなこの苗は いずれ空に手が届く大きな大木になるだろう。今はまだ周りに支えられ生きているけれど、いずれ大地を支える森の一部となるだろう。そんな大地で私は生きる。
I have another round of applause for all of our 6th grade students that wrote their own poems today. Now I'd like to turn the stage over to our music director, Ai Sensei, who's going to lead a song with the students. Great job, students, and once again, thank you, Ai Sensei. I'm always so impressed that when she teaches a song with the students, she never even has to look at them. She can just play and they all know what to do. So let's have another round of applause for Ai Sensei for all the work she does with her students. That was Haruga Kita, which means spring has come. Okay, and at this point, earlier today, we drew names for students to help with the planting of the trees. This was part of our Planting the Seeds of Kindness PBIS Spirit Week. So these were students that were chosen. They shown acts of kindness throughout the week, and all their names were put into bags, and we drew names just about an hour ago. And so here are the students that were selected today to help with the tree planting.
リボニア学区全体で PBIS という活動に取り組んでいるんですけれども、今週はスピリットウィークと称しまして、学校全体で優しさを振りまこうとスローガンを掲げた1週間でした。その一環でですね、今週の頑張りを称えられる児童に木を植えるお手伝いをしてもらいます。
So I called the names earlier today, but we can, at this point, head out. Who am I talking to out here? We're just head out to the trees to do the planting, correct? So when I call your name, again, I already saw these names, and I think we can maybe alternate trees so we can mix up a little bit. In Mrs. Cabell's class, we had Arissa. So Arissa, want to head down there? Maybe Mrs. Cabell can walk her down, yeah. The trees, they're planted those two trees over there where the truck is. And in Yuko Sensei's class, Sakurako was selected. And maybe we can alter a younger and older student on each tree so they're a little more balanced. In Mickey Sensei's class, or Miss Mickey's class, Ronan. In Asako Sensei's class, Ashley. In Miss Yu's class, Yui. Mari Sensei's class, Sierra. Mrs. Sturgison's class, Lily. Thorson Sensei's class, Reika. Miss T's class, Peter. Miss Farouja's class, Liam. Yoniyama Sensei's class, KK. And then Ms. Aiken's class, Otoha. Yeah? Well, that's the bags they were in, so either way, KK and Otoha. Yeah, everyone else can have a seat. If you want to try to turn around and just kind of look, they're going to all kind of ceremoniously plant the trees over there.
And then try and shovel it in there.
Here a little bit.
Yeah, spread it so it's like a nice. All right. Kristen, maybe what's
Just taking a ring. Alright, good ring.
All right, one more, Arissa. Good.
Pull a pile down there and put it all the way around. Gonna go to